February 20th, 2026 is the end of the day today. So, I would like to start off this video to say it was a pretty decent day. I think I was pretty content and peaceful throughout the whole day. I can't say I experienced like a wide variety of physically expressible emotions, like so enunciated. I guess I was pretty in my own thoughts today. But something I would like to point out, I'm pretty proud of my physical accomplishments today, mainly because I went for a run this morning. I do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I set a new PR at 6:42 pace for 6.5 miles, and I felt good. I feel like I'm constantly setting new little PRs, so I'm kind of reaching the top of the hill, I guess, until I need to focus on a new running strategy. But there are some things I would like to discuss about today. This isn't just a little talk through, but something I would like to do after kind of thinking about the other videos. I should and will start talking more confidently and intentionally with what I'm saying, because I've noticed I'm speaking kind of softly and I'm kind of crunched up, if that makes sense. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just think it kind of bottles up not only who I am, but the thoughts that I would like to get out. It almost just feels condensed, and that is not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to convey that message at all. So, something that I'm going to work on throughout these videos. I'm not perfect. And yes, that is also just a real life goal in general, to be able to talk to people with more intention and to further conversation, I guess. Yes, that is what I would like to do. And another thing I would like to talk about is when, I guess, it has to deal with acceptance. I feel like a lot of what I talk about is with acceptance, but I find a lot of meaning in acceptance. So why not talk about it if I want to, and I find purpose in it. So if there is a friend or family member of yours that is going through a pretty rough patch, and you kind of have that subconscious thought to just give them your own advice, because at the end of the day, they're going to listen. Everyone goes through that, of like talking to them, because you are searching for a decision at one point or another, because you may not have that decision yet, and you're kind of looking for your options. So it's pretty easy to listen if you are the person in trouble and use someone else's decision. But if you are in, let's say, my shoes right now, and it is somebody else that is going through this patch, I think it is best not to force any decisions upon them. I think it's very easy to do that, especially if it's someone you're close to, because the trust is so connected, I guess. Let's go with that. The trust is just so personal with one another. So it is easy to follow what they say, because why not? You love them in one way or another. And I'm not going to hate them with what happens. I'm going to deal with that decision no matter what it is, so why not? But that is not the way that it should be, because it is not you who is making that decision. It is someone else's. Maybe that decision worked for someone else in an experience, but you are your own experience. There's no one in history that will or has ever experienced the things that you're experiencing, because they are not you. Therefore, every life is a different experience, and it is just not going to turn out the way that it did for someone else, and that could be good or bad, but that is besides the point. What I'm trying to say is that you should be able to accept patience, because especially if it is someone that you love very dearly, I think it is best to just listen and breathe to what they have to say, because of course you want the best for them, and you have your own life experiences, and you are trying to have them avoid those, which is great. Of course, you don't want them to get into any catastrophic damage or anything, but unless it is a very drastic situation, then definitely help in any way you can. But just in the general sorts of experiences, I think it is best to believe in them, you know? That is how one learns to understand about themselves and about the world around them. So I think it is best to just listen to them and be patient, especially if it is when the other person is not yet conclusive on what they want at all. Or maybe they are conclusive, but they are struggling with expressing it. And that is just something that you cannot force. It's not something you should force, because I don't think there's any good way that could turn out, at least not many situations where that would turn into a positive ending, and that's okay. That is something to learn. But life will always continue, and a time for a decision is something that we cannot force, and we must learn to accept with patience and trust with one another. So if you're going through something, or you know someone that you love is going through something, you should continue to live your life, because life is going to continue moving forward, and you shouldn't fix your entire schedule around someone else, because then that distracts you from your own daily goals and your long-term goals as well. We are all our own people. Live life on your own terms. Live them happily on your own terms. But of course, wait for them because you love them. That is what you have to do. So, final takeaway message of the day is to just be patient with those around you. And speak with intention and confidence. That's all I gotta say.